Hello my friends and welcome to today's video. Now if you're watching me for a long time and you already read the title of the video, you may be wondering who are you and what have you done to our girl. So let me explain. I am going to be honest with you as I always am, and I have to tell you that I'm facing a writer's block, or in this case, I guess, a YouTube content creator's block. Yes, so I'm running out of ideas for my videos because I have too much going on in my life. Anyway, and I was out the other day with my sister and a friend of ours, a metalhead, and I was telling them this, that I'm running out of ideas for my YouTube videos, and my friend said, oh, you know what would be fun, you know, to just make a video about growlers. And then my sister started laughing. She said, Martha, video about growlers? But you know, I like the idea, and here we are for today's video, because I try to have diversity in the subjects and the topics that I talk about on my channel, and I try to bring you different videos and content you can enjoy, you know, and every time I have stepped outside my music comfort zone so far, you have seemed to enjoy it in both cases, both with Salem Slot and the guys from Lost Society. So I hope you will enjoy today's video as well. And of course, if you have been watching my videos for a long time, you know that I don't particularly enjoy this style of singing, but that doesn't mean that I don't acknowledge the fact there is a talent in this. Of course I do. And I understand there is talent, because every time I try to mimic, not growl, to mimic a growler or a growl, I sound like an angry chihuahua. So of course I understand there is talent in this technique and in those artists that I will be talking about. Yes, different video once again, and I hope you enjoy this one. I'm totally lost, of course, so I had a bit of help from my friend and my sister. They are part of the video somehow as well, and I wanted to give them a shout out. Yes, so let's begin with this video. First things first. First things first, if you are like me and you don't like this style, or you don't know what it is, but you still clicked to support, thank you so much. I love you a little bit more. Yes, but the point is, let me read you what it means, because I googled it. Of course, you can do the same, and I found this. The definition: a death growl, or simply a growl, is a vocal style, an extended vocal technique usually employed by death metal singers, but also used in other heavy metal styles such as metalcore. Death growls are also known as death metal vocals, guttural vocals, death grunts, growled vocals, unclean vocals, that's how I call it, harsh vocals, I use that term as well, and also jocularly as Cookie Monster vocals. I want a cookie now. Anyway, off topic, I didn't know this last part. Yes, so you get the idea what it is if you don't know. And what this style represents, let's see, technique. I googled it, as I told you, and I found something some interesting parts. Yes, voice teachers teach different techniques, but long-term use will still take its toll if done incorrectly. Interesting. These techniques are designed to reduce rather than eliminate harm. Techniques usually involve using the diaphragm, the air pressure on the throat, to form the sound, similar to forms of overtone singing. And as a person tries to squeeze their throat, the sound gets less intense, usually used for higher growls, screams to decrease tension on cords. And some other information. And one more thing, I will continue with the video. One more thing I found online, and I also thought it was interesting to mention, because it is a different technique than most singers use. Yes, so of course I was interested. What else did I find? Ah yes, performing death growls without proper training can be dangerous, and many high-profile singers have actually developed vocal cord polyps, if I'm not mistaken, and other problems due to the pressure the vocal style puts on the throat. There are professional techniques to help minimize this damage, although a death growl by nature involves a lot of strain on the vocal cords. So you see, it takes proper training and of course a bit of talent, like I told you, because I cannot do it. Yes, to growl. Oh yes, that's what I want to tell you about the meaning of this style of singing. And the next thing I would like to mention is a list of growlers that both my sister and my friend made. Yes, I have their notes here, and some that they really like. So if you enjoy this style, yes, you probably know them already. Of course, I've heard some of them only by name because I cannot listen to this music, especially for a long time. Yes, but you may know them, and if you do enjoy this singing, this style, again, this genre of music, whatever, but you still don't know them, maybe you'll find them interesting, and you can check them out as well. First one they have on the list, this one I know and I like as well, I enjoy him, is Mr. ALEXI LAIHO from Children of BODOM. Ah yes, they have in parentheses, you know this one, it's funny. See, you know this one. Yes, I do. I'm not an expert by any means, but I'm not totally lost. I am, but let's pretend otherwise. Anyway, the next growler they mentioned is George Fisher from Cannibal Corpse. Yes, of course, I have heard of this band. They are very well known. Yes, but I don't know the name of the singer. George Fisher. Then, oh yes, this one I've heard of many metalheads talking about and praising his talent and everything. I'm sure you know him as well. Mr. Randy Blythe from Lamb of God. Yes, yes, he's really good. I've listened to like seconds of his performance, most likely. No, about a minute or so. What is going on? Excuse me, guys. About a minute or so. Yes, and I can confirm he's really good indeed. Of course, I'm sure the rest of them are. That's why I'm reading the list to you. But you're the experts. You can decide or not. And the number one growler, according to my sister and our friend, who is the best one, probably due to their techniques or the sound, I don't know, he's using, is Mr. Chuck Schuldiner. Apologies if I mispronounced, from the band Death. And I have here in parentheses a small note that he is the father of death metal and growling. Oh, very interesting. Oh, so it makes sense he's first on their list. Yes, these were the growlers. I don't know, I'm sure they are great. Two of them I've heard, as I told you, the rest of them I haven't. I have not listened to their music and their work, but I'm sure they are great. Yes, that's the other thing I wanted to talk about, the growlers that I love and they recommend. So if you're a fan of the genre, maybe you already know them and love them, as I already mentioned before, or maybe you will find them interesting and like them if you don't already know them. And before I conclude and finish off with this video, I would like to mention a few, very few, literally, growlers that I love and that I personally enjoy a lot their work, and because it's my video, I said why not put their names in there, because since they make me love their work and I don't enjoy it, it's not the type of music I'm gravitating towards, but I still enjoy them and I love them as growlers. I think they're very good and totally worth mentioning. So my first choice is a singer you all know, of course, singer you all love, I suppose. I haven't heard of anyone saying they don't love him. And he happens to be my all-time favorite male singer because he had great voice both for growling and for melodic singing, and I love that. To me he had like two throats or something like that, two voices. I am referring to Chester Bennington from Linkin Park, and I loved his work. Chester, I loved everything he was doing, you know, even the latest album that people were saying, oh, they have changed so much. Yes, his voice was so beautiful, unbelievable to me, and literally what they did there with Linkin Park, especially in the first two albums that they started with their work and everything, something different, you know, the style of music and unique at that time. I enjoyed, and I enjoyed Chester, like I told you, singing the melodic parts of the songs and the growls. To me, he was number one. He still is number one. I love him not only for growlers, but you know, for singers in general, male singers, of course. Very close match, if not on the same list, on the same spot with Axl Rose, but different voices. Yes, Chester Bennington, of course, we all know him. I love him. Who doesn't? Yes, and Chester was something different. Now the second one is like Chester. The second one I would like to mention, a second growler that I absolutely love up to this day, and of course one of his bands is totally not my style, but I enjoy a few songs, and you all know him as well, and I'm sure you love him as well. All of you, again, he's a great growler, and of course I enjoy his work a lot. Corey Taylor from Slipknot and Stone Sour. I have to tell you that Stone Sour is closer to my taste. Of course, the Slipknot is way too heavy for me, but I understand that they are super talented, and I know what they are so, you know, big and huge all over the world and known. I understand the great band. It's just a bit too heavy for me, but I would love to see them. And in fact, I am filming this video right after Rockfest in Finland, where they performed, and I wanted to go, but I didn't manage to last minute, and it's such a pity because I would have seen two of my favorite growlers in one night, yes, at the same place, and I wish I could have gone there, but what can you do? Anyway, yes, and I'm filming this video now talking about Corey, and the next one I will tell you who was at Rockfest as well. Anyway, Corey Taylor, again, just like Chester, because it was the thing back then with Slipknot, way back, you know, when we were a bit younger, yes, and they were a big, huge name, and Corey was everything in his voice and his growls, and Slipknot the same, and they are still very successful, of course. And I noticed, and because they were closer, you know, not the sound, but you know, it was a big thing with Linkin Park, and that what Chester was doing his work, Slipknot were gaining audience and fan base day by day. Of course I gave them a chance because I was already into growls thanks to Chester, and I love Corey until this day. I love him in the melodic songs as well, and I was absolutely in love when I remember what was the song they released with Stone Sour, Through the Glass. I love this song, of course, and I was so pleasantly surprised and happy that Corey, that I love as a growler, has also made a softer song and a band with a softer sound, and his voice. I love Corey Taylor. Growling or no, I love him. And I have to say at this point that my friend, our friend, mutual friend, of course with my sister, he said that all of the three growlers that I love, because that's how many they are, only three in so many years, what can you do? Yes, I don't enjoy this style particularly, but I of course keep an open mind and open heart. Yes, and my friend told me that I like melodic growlers. Whatever that means, I'm not saying he knows better probably, but if he says so, they are. And I guess so far with Chester and Corey, yes, it's the case. But Corey Taylor, I love him. I haven't seen him live yet. I have seen Chester and what happened again? And I am happy that I have seen him before he passed, because I would be really, really sad. I loved the guy. But I haven't seen Taylor yet. But I have to see him. Yes, and he's cool as a person too, apparently, from what I've seen. I mean, he has collaborated with Steel Panther, and you know, I love the guys so many times. So yes, he is cool, apparently, but a growler I love up to this day. And the last one I would like to mention, I have of course mentioned him in some of my previous videos, and you know, he's the one that made me interested in growling again, and not only that, but enjoy them again after so many years, because it was Corey back then, and now we have this guy. Yes, this growler, of course, and I think he's totally worth mentioning because, excuse me guys, of his work, and because of the fact that he's so good that can make you interested in growling, even if you are like me. Yes, I am of course referring to HENRIK from the band AMARANTHE, or how he's called, the Growl God, GT6, and all these nice things. Yes, when you know, I started listening more to AMARANTHE, I listened to HENRIK because they had another growler, very, very good as well. Before him, his name is Andy, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Andy, and I loved him as well. I really, really enjoyed his work. But when I listened to HENRIK, you know, something clicked, and especially when you have them in songs like the Amaranth songs, the Amaranth style, they have their unique style, and then you hear the growls, you have softer vocals, and then you hear the growls, you're like, oh, I like that, who are you, let me check you out, and I enjoyed it, of course, I enjoy his work with Amaranth. His previous band is a bit heavier for my taste, but of course I enjoy him as well. Whatever he does, he just collaborated with a Finnish band. Great, amazing song, by the way. I love that as well, and I love the fact that with HENRIK that he is delivering live. Of course, I guess that's the point of growlers and any singer, but I find it more difficult for them because it's a different style of singing, and I find it more difficult for them. But he did not disappoint. He delivered, and he has great breaths. I don't know how you say it, but he's great. Listen to him live, or you know, in studio versions. I'm sure you will enjoy him. He's the growl god after all, yes, and the only growler that caught my attention and got me interested in listening to this style of music and enjoy it again. Just when I thought no one else would do it, HENRIK came along, so I couldn't recommend him more as an artist. He also seems to be a very, very lovely guy, and it's always nice to know that the person you support is a nice guy as well. I appreciate that in any case. Yes, but that's it. There you have it. My 3 growlers, my recommendations, suggestions. I'm not an expert, but I had to tell you because there are only 3, but they're really good. I enjoy them. Anyway, I guess that's all I wanted to tell you for today's video. Again, I thought it would be shorter, but it's not. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. As always, leave me a comment down below, letting me know which one you enjoy. Do you agree with the list of my friend and my sister? And would you like me to do another video if you enjoyed this one? Maybe have another video with female growlers, because we have female growlers as well. And I have to tell you, I enjoy some of them too. Yes, of course, thanks to Henrik for opening my mind and my heart to this type of music again. But yes, we have the ladies as well. They are killing it on those growls. So let me know if you would like to see another list with them. Of course, like this video if you liked it. You help me choose the content of my channel and not being blocked, and continue delivering content that you hopefully enjoy. So yes, like this video if you liked it. Share it if you think it's worth sharing, put it in a playlist, whatever, all these nice things YouTube tells you to do. And in case you wish to subscribe and support, you know, click the little bubble with my face in it here or here, wherever it's popping. It will subscribe you to my channel. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I get to see you in the next one really soon. Have a great day or night, guys, whatever you're doing, growling or not. Thank you so much for being here. Bye!